It's almost a universal fact that the books are always better than the movies. After a movie based on a book, there's always that one person that's like, the book was better. That's me. But I mean, it makes sense. Movies take a lot more time and effort to create, and books can fit a lot more detail into each page, letting them pay a lot more attention to detail throughout the characters and everything. So it's understandable why books are always deemed as better than movies. Even with all this, is it possible for a movie to be better than a book? In my opinion, it is. And today I'm going to give you a list of some movies that I think are better than the books. And I'll tell you about where movies were just as good as the book, just for fun. Okay, I have a small stack here of the books that are worse than the movies. I don't own all of them because I got rid of a lot of them because I didn't like them, so why would I keep them? Okay, number one on the list we have It by Stephen King. So this book is like like yeah, over 1,000 pages long. There's some really weird stuff in there. I'm not gonna say what it is, but there's some. It's really really bad, and it's just, in my opinion, it's paced horribly. If it was half the size, it would have been so much better. But the movie is paced so well, and the characters are developed in the book, but it's just over so long. I got so bored. But in the movie, they're developed in like a normal way. So many scenes in the book just felt so unnecessary. Like, I don't know why they were in there. They didn't add anything to the plot. They weren't even, well, I guess they were scary, but I was just so bored. And I just couldn't wait for it to be over, but I kept reading because I don't know why I kept reading, just to finish it, to say I finished it. But I don't think it's worth it. Just watch the movie. It's like so much better. Next up, we have The Beauty and the Beast by Gabrielle Suzanne Barbeau de Villeneuve. I'm sure I pronounced it wrong. I think she's French. The Disney movie is just so much better than this book. The plot just is really, really boring in the book, and a lot of things happen that don't make sense. Like, there's like a full, I don't know, maybe 30-page long fairy meeting that I feel like was barely relevant to the plot at all, and it was just so boring. And that's the only thing I remember about this book. The movie, it just the plot flows so much better, and the characters are developed way more. In the book, I could care less about them. Yeah, I mean, there were some more interesting concepts that were in the book, like Belle had a lot of siblings, and the Beast was nice in the beginning, but I mean, none of the characters had any depth, so I'm really happy with the changes that Disney made. And I love the movie anyway, and it's a musical, so what's not to like? I kept the book because I just really like this edition. It has some cool artwork and stuff. Yeah, I don't recommend the book, just watch the movie. Next up is Kiki's Delivery Service, another one that was turned into an animation by Studio Ghibli. And I love Kiki's Delivery Service by Studio Ghibli. It's so good. It's the themes it explores are amazing, and it's fit for any age to watch. And the book is just clearly made for children, which, I mean, it's a children's book, but I feel like with children's book, anyone should be able to enjoy them. They should be able to be timeless, I guess. I don't know the right word, but I don't know. I mean, I read it a long time ago. Like, I was probably 13, and I didn't like it. The plot didn't really make sense, and the story didn't really go anywhere, and I don't know, it was just kind of like meandering along. And but I mean, it's short, so if you want to read it, sure. It wasn't terrible. The movie was so much better. Next up, we have Dune. This is one of the ones I got rid of because I didn't like it. I kind of wish I kept it because I really, really love the movies. Maybe I would consider rereading it because maybe I'll like it more, but the book was just the pacing was just so bad. I just was so bored throughout. And the movie is just so amazing, and it's so I like the cinematography is incredible. And like, I mean, it's obviously, it doesn't really matter for a book versus movie, but like when I was reading the Dune book, I was just like, they're just in a desert. I was just really bored, and I didn't care about the main character at all, or his what was happening to him and his everyone around him. It was just like, wow, let's just get this over with. What's going on right now? There's just some really weird stuff too with the, I don't know, the big fat guy. I forgot his name. I mean, it showed how evil he was, but I mean, you can kind of do that without those weird scenes. I don't know, but I mean, I know sci-fi can be a really weird genre, and it's not really my type of thing. But just in general, the book's pacing versus the movie's pacing is so different, and the movie is way more engaging and interesting. Even though it's so long, I was so engaged the whole time, and it was like full of action. In the book, I was just less bored, and when I finished, I was just like, "Wow, that took a long time to read." It didn't really leave any impact on me. And last up, we have The Notebook. This is probably one of my least favorite books I've ever read in my whole life. I think I wrote a review for it. Let me read it out loud. Okay, this is what I said when I finished it last year. This book was awful. The entire time I was just waiting for it to be over. The beginning was really confusing with the switching perspectives. I literally could care less about the characters. They were so annoying. The whole time they just talking about their love and how special and different it was and how it wasn't like the other loves. So of course she had to cheat on her fiance. The description of the main guy just made him sound like a lumberjack. Oh yeah, their love is so powerful it literally reverses dementia. Also, it ended with 80 years old having. The reason I gave it 1.5 instead of 1 is that I was a little invested in him trying to get her memory back, but barely. The movie was so much better. I'll never read another book by this author. So yeah, I did not like the book. It was just so sappy, and the characters were making horrible decisions, and it just was paced so weird. I wasn't invested in their relationship at all, and it was less than 200 pages, so there was nothing really to get invested in. And I watched the movie, and it was so much better. The changes they made just made so much sense, and I cared so much more about them, and they just had like so much more life to them. So yeah, I do not recommend reading The Notebook at all. Just watch the movie. Okay, next up is books I don't know exactly where to put them because I haven't read them in a long time or my opinion has changed on them over time. There's only two. So first up, this might make a lot of people mad, but Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. I really enjoyed the movie way more than when I was reading the book. The movies are so interesting, and I love the animation, and I just love all things that Studio Ghibli creates. But I mean, I read this like 5 years ago or something, and I was really bored. But I mean, I know people really love this book, and it's their like favorite book of all time. So I think I need to do a reread of it. So it's not officially in the list from before because I'm gonna reread it, and I think I'll like it a lot more, and I can appreciate it a lot more now. But I mean, for now, I like the movie better, but I'm sure they're both very good. Next, we have Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Alice's Adventures Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. When I first read this book when I was like 10, I didn't like it, and I liked the movies way more. The book just didn't make any sense to me, and I couldn't appreciate it. But I reread it, I think a couple times. One a few years after that, and one a couple years ago. And I can appreciate it a lot more, like its nonsensicalness, and I really like to analyze what the nonsensicalness can actually mean. So I feel like this can go in the next list, the books that are just as good as the movies, because the movies are good in their own way, in my opinion. I really like all the ones by Disney, the live action animated ones. They're all good in their own way, and so is the book. But just since my opinion changed so much over time, I'm just putting it in the middle because I'm not exactly sure where I want it to go. But yeah, I mean, I really love the book, and I love the movies. Okay, before we get into the next list, which is the books that are just as good as the movies, I'm gonna give an honorable mention to like all manga, I guess. Not all manga, but my favorite ones because the manga adaptations from manga to anime are really good. But I mean, they usually just follow the same exact plot, so it's like nothing that special. Like Attack on Titan and Death Note are super good, and the other ones are like based off the anime. The Promised Neverland is pretty bad, but I mean every other adaptation is good. So I just wanted to mention that they're not movies. I mean, manga and anime adaptations are usually good, but there's exceptions still. Next, I want to give an honorable mention to the series of Unfortunate Events because the Netflix TV show is a great adaptation, and it's basically just exactly what happens in the book. So it's really good. It's just a TV show, so it's not exactly on the list, but there's this honorable mention. All right, now we're gonna do books where the movie was just as good. First up, we have The Phantom of the Opera. So the movie and the book are actually like widely different, but that's why they're both so good. The book is just so dramatic. It's so funny to read, and it's way different than the musical, but I mean, the musical is also so good and the music is so good. I have it on my playlist. So, I mean, either way, they're both a great way to enjoy the story, even though they're very different. Next, I have A Dog's Purpose. I just have this on the list because Dog's Purpose was one of my favorite movies when I was little because I love dogs, and I read the book and I love the book just as much. I haven't read the movie or watched the book in a very long time, so I'm not sure how they would both hold up now. I mean, I really recommend both of them just because I love them as a kid, but maybe it's time for a reread. Next up, we have Little Woman. The book is so good, and it's like the same thing that happens in the book happened in the movie, really. And it's just all I've seen two adaptations two of the movies of Little Woman, and they're both so good. The acting is so good in all of them, and just the story is so timeless. Even though it's like a part of its time, it's like I feel like anyone can enjoy it. Really, you should read The Little Woman, and you should watch all. Next, we have Life of Pi. Life of Pi is one of my favorite books of all time. It's my edition. I've annotated it a ton. So yeah, I've only read it. I read it twice. After the second time I read it, I watched the movie, and the movie was just as good. I loved it so much, and it was. I thought it would kind of be boring because it's kind of the same thing over and over, but it was so entertaining and it was really interesting to watch, and it gave me the same feeling as reading the book. I know some parts of the movie kind of take away from the meaning of the book, like in the end when they reveal everything. It's a lot less dark in the movie than in the book, but I mean that just makes it more attainable for younger audiences, and I mean it just gives a happier outlook on the whole thing. So either way, I really like both of them. The little changes the movie made don't really bother me. And finally, we have one of my other favorite books of all time, Coraline. I've also annotated this copy a bunch. I love the stop motion animation that Leica Studios made of Coraline. It's so good. The main thing I like about Coraline is how mysterious it is and how you don't know exactly what's going on, and they're just both equally mysterious. And I love the things that Leica changed and tweaked to make Coraline more interesting and more to make it stand out more. Yeah, they're just both so good. The book and the movie are really short, but I recommend both of them to read. The movie doesn't take away from Coraline's personality that she had in the book. I feel like it even adds to it. It's so cool to see it on screen and in stop motion animation. And yeah, I just really recommend it for you to watch both of them. Okay, so that's it. I hope that you got some good movie or book recommendations that you'll maybe want to read in the future, or maybe you want to revisit and see if you like them or realize how bad they actually are. Remember, all of this is my opinion. It's not a fact. So if you really enjoyed the Notebook book, then good for you, but I didn't. So no hard feelings. It's just my opinion, what I think. So see you later.